Is this the last ride for Texas Tech? They sure hope not, because tonight they roll with the ace. One more dance for Nigeri Kennedy. Meanwhile, the champs, will they get the escort? Because they took over the joint last night. They do it again. Reese Atwood and Katie Stewart keep the crown. It's time for the greatest show on dirt.
It's just so close we can taste it.
A Longhorn legacy on the line. Back-to-back titles on the horizon.
Running out of highway, shorter on time.
The Texas standard is greatness.
When you think about Texas pitching, it is Tegan Cavan.
And she is shining in that spotlight.
Speaking of superstars,
The face of the game, Nigeri Kennedy.
She's a household name for what she can do in the circle.
Just knowing my team has my back, it means everything.
I'm going to say it one more time. I wouldn't pitch to Katie Stewart.
Winning game one isn't winning the whole thing. We still got one to go.
This team never runs out of fight.
Back it goes. The Red Raiders are rowdy and raucous.
They play for this trophy and moments like this. This is the Women's College World Series Championship.
It's the 2026 NCAA Softball World Series Game 2. And the 2-seed Texas is one up on the 11-seed Texas Tech. Must-win situation tonight for the Red Raiders. That's because Texas came ready to fight last night. Trailing 1-0 early, Katie Stewart changed it with one swing. Then a 5-run first inning, and then Tegan Cavan got down and dirty. Gave up just 3 hits in a 7-3 Texas win. So we are set for Game 2 as we welcome you to Devon Park here in OKC. I'm Beth Mowens, alongside our Olympic gold medalist Michelle Smith, Jessica Mendoza, our Hall of Fame reporter Holly Rowe down on the field. The national championship trophy is in the house tonight. If Texas wins, they take it. If Tech wins, it's got to sleep over until tomorrow.
Well, I'll tell you what, Texas Tech thrives in these moments. They're 4-0 in elimination games this postseason. This is when they kick it up a notch. We saw them win Game 2 last year in this national championship, and they got their superstar on the mound.
yeah, and you know what, Jess, they have not lost back-to-back games all year long. And for Texas, since losing their first game, they are 5-0. They have outscored their opponents 23-6. They have a lot of momentum right now.
All right, so they've got the momentum. We'll go to them first, and we'll talk about this offense. They bring fire, and they bring flash from the 40 acres.
That flash comes with their foot speed. I mean, what they're able to do with their speed combination and their power. Caden Henry at the top of the lineup. She's stealing bases, scoring runs. And oh, by the way, she's got pop too. She sets the table for Katie Stewart, who is just on a tear right now. 4 games, 4 home runs. Nobody's done that here in Oklahoma City. And Reese Atwood, bat has come to life. The senior making a statement and continuing with that confidence to help lead this Texas offense. When you look at their last 3 games, 16 runs, 30 hits. Big reason why the Texas won Game 1.
All right, so here we go again for the second night in a row, a surprise starter. This time it's from the Longhorns. No, it will not be Tegan Cavan, Holly Rowe. It will be Citlali Gutierrez getting the ball.
Well, I was able to catch up with Mike White, the Texas Longhorns coach, and ask him why he made this difficult decision. And he said, we have to be realistic. There are rest and fatigue questions. Tegan Cavan threw 115 pitches last night. She has had a heavy load here at the World Series. And even though she is on a quest to be one of the greatest pitchers of all time at Texas and maybe in this tournament, she is not ready for tonight. They are going to go with Gutierrez. Citlali has been terrific in this tournament. She's coming off one of the best performances of her career against Tennessee in a game that helped get them here into the Champ Series. Almost a complete game, only 1 earned run given up. So he believes they can win tonight with Citlali Gutierrez. That is his direct quote. We'll see, but I have seen Tegan Cavan warm up. She's available if needs be, but they want to see how long Citlali can go tonight.
All right, thank you very much, Holly. Let's go to the Texas Tech side. We did not see a whole lot of Nigeri Kennedy last night, Michelle. Texas Tech fans will be happy to hear that is about to change.
Yeah, we're going to see her foot stomping, rise ball throwing self in the circle. And she's been outstanding in this World Series. She can get it done. How about 100+ wins in her career, 1,000+ strikeouts with an offense that puts up big runs, 145 of them on the year. So look for them to continue breaking those offensive records to help support Nigeri Kennedy in the circle and put some big runs up against Texas.
There you see the Tech offense here in Oklahoma City. Powerful with the 9 home runs, including a couple yesterday. Time for game 2 in Oklahoma City, where Texas has come out swinging, lashing out in game 1 with heart and with hustle. The Horns let their ace lead the way. Tech needs to wreck them tonight with deep drives and fire in their eyes. The Red Raiders look to fight back and force game 3. Tegan Cavan leading the Longhorn win in game 1.
The job's not finished and there's a lot of work to do, and so I'm ready to do whatever my team needs. The hunger's there for a back-to-back national championship. This team wants it. I want it. Every Texas fan wants it.
Texas Tech will have to win games 2 and 3.
Just never count us out. It's just so close. We can taste it. We can expect to fight. Now you're going to have to beat us at our best. This is it.
It's the 2026 NCAA Softball World Series presented by Capital One. A sunny and breezy night here at Devon Park for game 2. Texas in the driver's seat. They win, and the championship is theirs for the 2nd year in a row. They are the visitors tonight. The starting lineups brought to you by Capital One, and a record-setting World Series for Katie Stewart. She has homered in 4 straight games to lead the way for the Longhorns. We'll see if she gets any kind of pitches to hit. Up against Nigeri Kennedy in the circle. She won game 2 last year when they had to have it. Can the senior do it again? Appearing in her 4th Women's College World Series. She has more starts here than any pitcher in history.
When you name power pitchers, Nigeri Kennedy is at the top of the list with that rise ball that just has so much movement at the top of the zone, but it's the changeup that really helps set up that rise ball at 72 miles an hour. The spin rate over 2,400. Average is about 1,600. She is above average in everything she does, but again, look for that changeup to really help set up that rise ball. I think she's going to use it a lot this evening against the Texas team that's been very powerful at the World Series.
The resume has everything except the ring. And the last 2 seasons, she has been knocked out of the World Series by Texas. And she will open up with the strike to Caden Henry. The junior leadoff and tone setter for Texas. started out the game yesterday with an infield bunt single. They had 5 infield hits in game 1.
Ball.
Kennedy misses away. Henry, all she knows is playing for the championship. This is the 3rd year in a row that Texas is in the finals. The 4th time in 5 seasons, in fact. And last year finally breaking through to win their first over Tech. There's Mike White. His 9th trip here, 4 with the Longhorns. Before that, he was here 5 times with Oregon. Two is fouled off.
Kennedy's been using that rise ball this year about 48% of the time, but lately a little bit more screwball, curveball. Trying to expand that zone horizontally.
Caden Henry right now, sit and rise. I mean, right there, just unleashed. She told us a couple days ago, she's like, when I'm facing Nyjah, I want the rise ball away. She's like, that's my zone. You don't hear a lot of left-handed hitters say, I want the rise ball away. But for Caden Henry, that's a pitch she likes to go after.
They did not see her in the regular season. They only saw 23 pitches from her last night. And Henry pulls that one out to right, and the leadoff aboard for Texas. And that means you might have to throw something near the plate to Katie Stewart.
This is everything. Caden Henry getting on base, so they've got to give Katie Stewart something to hit. Otherwise, I don't think they pitched to her in this game. So that at bat from Henry, just like she did yesterday, to set up Stewart. Huge.
Ball.
Katie having an MVP type of postseason. A new Texas record with 31 home runs this year for the SEC Player of the Year.
That's a tough call. You get a rise ball up and in, what looked to be out of the zone. Now you're going to have to chase up.
We had fireworks early in game 1. 6 combined runs between the two teams, including Stewart hitting a 2-run homer. One-two pitch. Got her to pop it up. Kennedy calling for it, and then at the last moment gives way to Longy Quiroga. 1 down. So the first big showdown goes to Nyjah. And that'll bring up Vivi Martinez. Did a great job last night protecting Stewart. Drove in a couple of runs. For the junior who didn't get a chance to play last year, out with the injury. Got her first taste of the championship series yesterday and performed well.
Ball.
Way in the back of the batter's box. Trying to buy some time against Nyjah. She's got 6 hits in her last 10 at-bats. Another pop-up. Taylor Pannell in foul territory has it. 2 down.
Those are good pitches by Kennedy, right at the top of the zone.
And now a showdown between U.S. national team teammates coming up this summer as Reese Atwood steps in. Swing and a miss at 70 miles an hour. Not only the career RBIs, a Texas record, that is 10th best all time in D1 history. And takes strike 2. 1-2 pitch, runner goes, the throw down, Quiroga, it's high out to center field. Maya Davis has to back it up, and now a runner in scoring position for Atwood.
30th stolen base of the year for Caden Henry, former track athlete.
Another 1-2 offering.
Ball.
And now 2-2. Reese does have a home run, a couple of RBI here in Oklahoma City. Little dribbler right back to Kennedy. And Nyjah avoids any trouble in the first. Tech picking up the bats when we come back. Well, the Red Raiders ready to go here in game 2 in a must-win situation for Mia Williams and company. Your starting lineups are brought to you by Capital One. And Williams and Davis both hit home runs in game 1, but look down the bottom there. When you get below the top 2, just 1 for 18. But that was against Tegan Cavan. Today they will face Citlali Gutierrez, who gets the start for Texas. And the biggest moment of the senior's career unfolding before our eyes.
Gutierrez is very experienced in the circle. The senior has a ton of spin, lower part of the zone, a lot of curve, a lot of changeup. In fact, she's been throwing that changeup and that off speed consistently here at this World Series. Her strikeouts on the inner half to lefties, not afraid to get inside on them. A lot of spin. That drop ball about 29% of the time. So looking to roll those ground balls, and most importantly, ladies, keep the ball in the park. She's given up just 9 home runs this year.
Can she carry over from a fabulous start in the semis? Tough task with Mia Williams leading things off. First pitch swinging, and she induces a ground ball, a phrase we'll be saying a lot if Citlali lasts a while tonight.
So Mia Williams, I mean, she loves swinging at the first pitch. She's had a lot of success with it here at the World Series. Jerry Glasgow has had to call timeout and literally tell her, don't swing.
There's Maya Davis, the active hits leader.
Ball.
Oh, and that hit her. So a base runner here for Texas Tech with 1 down.
I talked about Gutierrez not afraid to throw inside. This one just a little bit too far inside. Curveball, and it just nicks the back leg of Davis in the box. She does not need to move.
That's the rule in women's softball. If you're in the batter's box, don't need to get out of the way. So Lauren Allred with a runner aboard. She and Davis, longtime roommates, first at Louisiana with Jerry Glasgow, and then when Jerry moved on to Lubbock, they came with him. Fabulous relationship So much unspoken in their communication and their read of the game.
She has an understanding with Victoria Valdez and Maya Davis, players that have been around either Tech or Jerry Glasgow, of what he's about, how he coaches, kind of his funkiness. Jerry ball.
And a called strike 3 for Sitlali, 2 down.
Well, Sitlali working on the edges, and that's what she's going to have to do all game long. 67 miles an hour. She gets you thinking about that off speed, the changeup in the low 60s, because she throws it so often, and then she comes with that velo in the high 60s. Some great downward break. Nice drop ball for the strikeout.
Ball.
That'll bring up the number 4 hitter, Jackie Liss. 4 home runs, 16 runs batted in the NCAA tournament for Texas Tech. They have already won 4 elimination games. They need to win a 5th to stay alive. Runner goes. Davis will dive in safe at second. Similar strategy in the first inning for both sides. Try and create some chaos.
We're finally seeing the speed kick in for both of these teams. They've been quiet, but Maya Davis returns the favor. Caden Henry at the top of the inning got a base, and her teammate from high school, Maya Davis, getting in as well.
Davis, 38th stolen base of the year. That is incredible.
She's also the active career leader in that department, as well as hits and runs scored in D1.
Ball.
And now 3-1 to Liss.
I'll tell you what, if I'm Jackie Liss or anyone in this Texas Tech lineup, I am excited that Tegan Kavan is not starting this game. And that is not a knock on Sitlali. It's just how Kavan carved up this lineup yesterday.
Liss rips one to center, and there's Henry. Down into the crouch. And a good read out in center to end the threat. Scoreless 3-1 in the championship series.
The NCAA Women's College World Series is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Well, Nyjeri Kennedy, we've seen her on this stage now for the 4th year in a row. All the emotion, all the passion, all the power. Over 100 wins and 1,000 strikeouts in her career, and she's got all the accolades. It started as a rookie, and she's been the player of the year. She's been the pitcher of the year. She's been all tournament here, and now trying to close out her college days with a national championship.
Look at those numbers.
That's a career ERA.
ERA.
1.08.
Smidge over 1. That's so hard to do. Look at the walk to base to strikeout ratio. It's just 10-1. It's just amazing.
It's fitting, I think, for softball fans to watch her against this Texas team that has really been her nemesis knocking her out of the tournament the last 2 years. You talked about how their hitters are happy not to see Tegan Cavan. So she, because she has not beaten Tegan on this stage. May get a chance later tonight, or if we've got a game 3 tomorrow.
I think if Texas gets a lead, we'll see Cavan in this game.
Yeah, she was warming earlier. You have to protect it if you get it.
5, 6, and 7 coming up for the Longhorns. Leanne Good hit a home run off of Nigeri Kennedy to get the ball rolling in a big game 3 win last year in the finals to clinch it for Texas. Bat has been on the cold side so far this tournament. Good numbers throughout the season for Leanne. Right back to Kennedy, and for more on Nyjah, here's Holly Rowe.
Well, Nigeri Kennedy has absolutely transformed Texas Tech softball and Lubbock. Ever since she chose to transfer there from Stanford, you cannot believe the impact. Thousands of people coming to games that had not before. Look at this stadium here today and the red that you see. Little boys, little girls, grown dads in Nigeri Kennedy jerseys. Patrick Mahomes was instrumental in helping get that NIL and convince her to come to Tech. He is here tonight supporting her, and he has been a resource for Nyjah as well.
Then for a strike to Hannah Wells. There is Patrick.
How cool is it that him and his wife, Brittany, how supportive they are of women's sports, period, but especially of what Texas Tech softball is doing. Right now, Nyjah, I mean, she is getting up and in on these righties in a way that is so difficult. You talk about all her pitches, but when she's going right, that rise ball is the best rise ball you'll see in softball.
Oh, she's been out of the middle. I mean, all of her pitches are crisp to the corners. Nothing white.
Getting ahead. Last 3 batters, she started out 0-2.
Yeah, pitching from ahead. That's the name of the game at this level.
Gets the swing and miss. First strikeout of the night for the 1000 K Club member. 2 down.
Well, when you pitch from ahead, you can do this. You can put a rise ball at the top of the zone and get the hitter to strike themselves out. This is a great pitch. Mahomes loving it at the top of the zone, knowing that that's what Nyjah does when she is working well. First strikeout of the game.
Here's Kaya Altmaier. First pitch swinging, ground ball to Haley Toney. It is 1, 2, 3 for Kennedy. Scoreless early.
You guys have played well with your backs against the wall so far here in Oklahoma City.
We have no choice. We've not lost 2 games in a row the whole year. So we got to hang our hat on that. We got to come back out tomorrow to fight.
When they have had to have one, they have gotten one. Powerful, passionate, and unrelenting. Texas Tech needed a huge comeback win in the regionals to beat Ole Miss. Needed to gut out a 3-game showdown in Gainesville to eliminate Florida. They have had emotional reunions, current players with former teams, and through it all, they have kept the outside, in the words of Taylor Panel, who will step to the plate right here. A lot of noise around a Game 1 loss. How do they respond in Game 2?
Well, Jerry mentioned it the most. He said the last 30 days, as hard as it's been, it's brought this team closer together, and they're playing their best softball because of it.
Yeah, as Holly Rowe reported yesterday, they didn't have a whole lot of adversity during the season, and you guys know that's what brings a team together like nothing else. In the last month of the season, they faced some hurdles. They got through them, around them, over them, under them, and they learned to grow together. Jerry told us we had a lot of individuals prior to that, still doing their job, but now that ability to play for one another is showing through. Panel sends one the opposite way towards Maloney. One down.
Well, I think the beauty of what Texas Tech has had to do from the very beginning is an us versus them mentality throughout the entire season. And there's been so much controversy and conversation around all of the transfers and the money and the payroll and NIL that from the very beginning there were so many question marks. Could they do it? And then it became the drama with the transfers and playing the teams that brought them further together. And you have to. When there's that much noise, and we have not seen noise like this that Texas Tech has brought in, it allows you to really look at each other instead of looking at the outside.
Got a lot of eyeballs on them. The all or nothing this season. After they had Kennedy last year, but couldn't quite muster the run production. So the transfers this year, really big bats, including Caitlin Terry, who is a two-way star, but their best hitter most of the season. Trying to bring it home this year for the first time in school history.
Well, those records offensively are helping them obviously put a lot of runs up on the board. It's batting average records, runs, home runs, all of that. But also Caitlin Terry has really helped limit the amount of work that Kennedy's had to do.
We'll see if they are able to use that advantage tonight and force a game tomorrow night.
Yep.
A lot of it depends on Citlali Gutierrez in the circle as well for Texas. One hit batter and one walk so far the first time through the order. And here comes the number 7 hitter, Jasmine Burns.
For Texas Tech, they're just going to have to get on time. Mentioned it, Citlali, over half, if not 70% of her pitches are off speed.
Burns has 3 hits at the World Series, but 2 of them have left the yard.
When you face a pitcher with 70% off speed, the idea is to try to be late.
Yeah.
Opposite field.
She goes that way, and that'll find some green grass. Terry will hold at second. And with 1 out, there are 2 on base.
And this is a pitcher's pitch. Look at the location of this. And look at where Jazz Burns is able to reach this pitch. Why? Mentality is be late. And she is. She hits this off her back knee to find the outfield and get a hit. 2 runners on now for Tech. Really good game plan executed by Burns.
And that'll bring up Haley Toney, the 2-year starting shortstop. Shined as a freshman. Here on this stage and now back as a sophomore. She's 1 for 4 with runners in scoring position here in Oklahoma City. Sitlali fouls that off.
So much deception. You can always tell by how hitters swing. Haley Toney had a slow motion swing, recognizing it halfway through. Wait, that's actually 60 miles an hour, and trying to slow the bat down.
Known for her command and her movement. She's had big moments in this postseason for Texas. In fact, she saved them in one of their 6 elimination game wins during the Super Regionals against Arizona State. They've had a different player step up each time. And Gutierrez gets the punch out. Both strikeouts tonight looking. 2 down.
Well, it's because Gutierrez has all that spin speed. This is 61 miles an hour, and you can see the rotation on this pitch. It's got a little outward spin on it, but it's taking the velocity off. She's been at 69 on her hard stuff, 61 on the slower stuff, off speed, hitting that low outside corner.
Can she get out of trouble here with 2 on base? And Longy Quiroga looking for her first hit of this World Series. Missed the month of April, was on leave from the team, and has worked her way back into the lineup. They on occasion have used 3 different catchers in a game based on the moment and who's pitching and what bat they need in the lineup.
Quiroga, I mean, is such a lethal weapon. Yeah, she has no hits here at the World Series, but she gets on time with something, it goes a long way. That's why she's in this lineup.
1-1 from Sitlali. 1-2. You heard the shout of encouragement from Atwood behind the plate. These two have been together for 4 years at Texas, playing in their 3rd finals together. Trying to do some damage, not only with 2 on, but with Mia Williams on deck. The top of the order coming back around. Trying to get her to chase, 2-2. Slow roller to first. Stewart is there and gets to the bag first. Little knuckleball ends the threat. Scoreless through 2. It ain't easy, but it can be worth it after losing your first game. It's only happened 4 times. Coming back to win the title, the Aggies did it. The Bruins did it in their shorts for Kira Garrow in 2003. Megan King in Florida State, first time for the Seminoles to hold the trophy. And then G to the Juarez in 2021 for Oklahoma. Lost their opener, came all the way back, winning elimination game after elimination game, and that's what Texas is doing so far this year. 6 wins facing elimination. And Tegan Kavan at the wheel for all of those. She does not get the start tonight. It's Citlali Gutierrez against Nigeri Kennedy, but if the score stays tight or if they get a lead, she could be heading out to the circle. Here's Ashton Maloney, 8-9 in the top. Smacks that one into the dirt. Williams has to fire to first, got her.
It's a good job by Williams because that is not an easy play. Maloney has a lot of speed.
Especially her backing up.
Yes, exactly. Doesn't panic, makes a nice throw.
That'll bring up J.C. Nichols. Everybody was involved in game 1 for Texas. Even at the bottom of the order, Nichols scored a couple of runs. 8 of the 9 in the lineup reached base. 7 of the 9 scored last night.
Well, for these Texas lefties, the game plan is clear. Look for something middle away. Everything from Nyjah to left-handed batters is away. She has a hard time getting that curveball inside, something that she said she's been working on since March. It's a difference maker when she can get it into lefties.
Tap to panel, 2 down.
Well, first time through, she's been outstanding. Just the leadoff hit given up to Caden Henry. Otherwise, rolled a lot of ground balls, weak pop-ups.
Speaking of Henry, here she is with 2 down. Singled and stole a base in the first. And that is the only base runner, the only threat so far for Texas, as Nyjah has laid down 8 in a row. Henry swats that one to short. Tony with the stab. And it's another 1-2-3 inning. Top of the order coming up for the Red Raiders after some good glove work.
Kate Henry has the highest exit velocity of any hitter at the World Series. 76 off the bat, but ain't no thing for Haley Tony getting the 3rd out of the inning, helping her pitcher out. Welcome back to the Women's College World Series presented by Capital One, here with Texas Longhorns head coach Mike White
And Coach, you had a tough decision to make tonight. You went with Silali Gutierrez in the circle, and how has she rewarded that decision so far?
Well, she's doing a good job. Obviously hit by batter and a walk, but other than that, she's pitching to soft contact, and that's what we really need out of here. See how long she can go.
When they adjust in the batting box, what do you think they will adjust to? Like, what are you worried about for her in this next couple of innings?
They'll probably just sit on some pitches, I guess when the slow stuff's coming and when the spin's not. So yeah, we just got to kind of stay one step ahead of them and use her fastball a little bit more.
All right, if you do make a change, would it go to Tegan?
Maybe, maybe not.
I keep trying, Coach. I keep trying.
Ever the investigative reporter, Holly Rowe. There's your numbers for the two pitchers. And Nyjah threw 3, Sitlali about to start her third. And has gone 1 time through the batting order. So now the second time for the top to see her. Williams, Davis, and Allred coming back around. Mia only saw 1 pitch her first time up, grounded out.
Well, it will be interesting now to see if they start to sit a little bit more slow. But I love what Coach said. He said that we're going to start to have to throw a little bit more hard.
Yeah.
The chess game.
These have been the best 2 hitters in the World Series. Williams and Davis, 2 home runs. They drove in all 3 of their runs yesterday. The rest of the lineup was quiet.
On Sitlali, when she is working ahead as she is here, 0-2, she's just been so much stellar. Look at that batting average against, just 135. When she is behind, though, that's the key that the coaches look for, a batting average against over 400. And she'll get you to chase out of the zone with all that slow stuff when she is ahead, and she can get, as we've talked about, hitters to strike themselves out, to chase pitches.
You got to go back to that off-speed curve, off the plate away to Mia Williams right here. Make her chase it off the plate.
Ball down and in. Has been a good 2-strike hitter. Her dad, Jason Williams, checking out the action tonight. Been here throughout this tournament. Ground ball to Martinez. It's short. And they keep her off the bases for the second time.
The ball was hit hard, though. Got lucky she didn't elevate it. Almost 80 miles an hour off the bat. Seen both these shortstops be able to handle some velocity.
Maya Davis got hit by a pitch first time around. Member of the All-World Series team last year, helping the Red Raiders reach the finals for the first time, and now the experience coming back here for a second time. Jerry Glasgow, she says she's the best in the business out in center field.
There's the off speed, 62 miles an hour, about 9 inches of horizontal break on that pitch.
Sitlali, the first D1 athlete in her family from a small town, Stamford, Texas. Has 2 rules before every pitch, Michelle. Breathe and attack.
Try to lower that heart rate, deep breath, helps you focus.
And the attack part?
Yeah, just hammer those.
You were good at that.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to have a little, snarl.
Is there still, even though coaches are calling most of the pitches, something to be said for a couple of seniors playing with each other and reading the game, reading the hitters, stances?
Yeah, all that. Yeah, I mean, you are reading every single movement that hitter is making in the box. Hands, eyes, feet, adjustments.
Right back up the middle. Maya Davis is watching for all of that too, and she smacks it out to her old travel ball teammate in center, Caden Henry.
This is a good 2-strike hit where Maya Davis does so well with 2 strikes. She shortens up. She's already got that split grip right back up the middle. Pitch down in the zone. Drives at 70 miles an hour up the middle for a hit. The second hit off of Gutierrez.
Here's Lauren Allred. Struck out looking at a drop ball in the first. Davis already has a stolen base tonight. Going again. Atwood's throw hits her. Davis holding her side as she pops back up safe at second.
I don't know if this caught Reese Atwood off guard, but look where the throw goes. I mean, nowhere near the bag. That would have gone into the outfield had it not hit Maya Davis. Second stolen base in the game, but a very errant throw to the right of the bag.
The ruling on the field is the runner at first left on time. Texas is challenging this call. This play is under further review.
Robbie Guest, Matt Dial, Brian Crochet, Susan Eads, our umpiring crew. So coaches have 2 challenges. If you win the challenge, you get it back, and she's good. Did not leave early.
Just shows you how fast she is, too. And they said they were challenging it.
After review, the rule on the field is confirmed. The runner did leave on time. This will be Texas's first challenge. They'll have 1 remaining.
Well, and this is what's interesting. You always got to know who's covering the bag. And take a look right here. That's Leanne Good. As the steal's taking place, she's pointing to Vivi Martinez saying, hey, this is yours. So a little bit of confusion. And I'm sure that Reese Atwood saw that nobody was really coming over to the base. So it's so important. And this is where it's difficult at times because Allred is a lefty. So Vivi Martinez wants to be shaded a little bit more to that 5-6 hole. That means Good needs to be more up the middle to help cover on stolen bases.
I would also argue that Reese Atwood needs to throw to the bag and not to the person. And I think that's exactly where it went wrong.
Third inning with a runner in scoring position. Allred knocked down by Good, but Davis will wheel around and score. Texas Tech strikes first. And it's the 2 roommates teaming up.
It's got to feel so good for Lauren Allred. She was 0 for 13 against Tegan Cavan. She's the hitter that's saying, yes, get me a different pitcher. Smokes this ball up the middle, makes it hard to handle for Leanne Good. And how about Maya Davis? Look at the speed. Does not hesitate, sees Jerry. It's as if the ball went all the way to center field, scores easily.
Score that one, an RBI single. And now Jackie Liss with a runner on and 1 out. Hard hit ball out to center, but right at Caden Henry, her first time up. And guys, Mike White was talking to Holly Rowe about soft contact. That has changed significantly. Texas Tech, both hits 75+ miles an hour off the bat.
Well, and Davis's was off of a hard curveball at 67 miles an hour. That last one with Allred, that was an off speed.
This is second time through the order, and that's where it's different. As a starter, you look at Sitlali, first time through, it's dramatically different as she gets second and third time through the order. That's what we're seeing the adjustments right now.
Liss drills it at Good. The flip to Martinez for 1, over to first. Not in time to get 2, but they do get the lead, 2 outs.
This is good defensive positioning for the Longhorns. Hit right at Good, who's a little bit more up the middle against Liss. And then the throw from Martinez trying to turn that, just getting down the line in time to make sure she's not doubled off.
Now a chance for Taylor Pannell. Flew out to right field, her first time up. Oh for 3 last night. in her finals debut. She was here last year with Tennessee. Ground ball to Martinez and the flip to good. Side retired, but a run up for the Red Raiders on a must-win game 2. Coming in tonight knowing they had to get it done, facing elimination, and they jump in front.
Has been an absolute beast here at the Women's College World Series. 4 consecutive at-bats with a home run. So how do you throw Katie Stewart? Look at this red zone. Everything is red except for that. That small little area is how you have to throw her if you want to get her out. Otherwise, she crushes you. What does Nyjah Kennedy do? Her first at-bat, she nails the zone. That one spot up and in, she gets Katie Stewart. 3 pitches, 3 spots. That is so hard to do. And guess what? You miss, she makes you pay. So great execution. First time through. Let's see if that adjustment can be made and if Nyjah can continue to hit that spot.
Jamder got the ball way up the barrel, and so here comes Stewart to lead things off in the top of the 4th, down 1-0. Kennedy has retired 9 in a row since the leadoff single in the game to Caden Henry. Since then, nothing doing for Texas. But here comes 2-3-4.
This is what you want. You want the power pitcher against the power hitter. We get it right now. Nyjah Kennedy with that power rise ball, one of the best you'll ever see. And Katie Stewart, best home run hitter in Texas softball history.
Ball, outside.
See if that's setting her up to come back inside.
That's the thing. If you're going to miss away, it has to be off the plate.
I think she wasn't ready for that. She's looking right there, and Nyjah has not thrown that changeup very often, but that is a great 57-mile-an-hour changeup.
One time outside, one time inside, 2 different speeds.
That squat. And now she gets Stewart to chase off. And that ball was about 6 inches off the plate away.
Really good break on that. She throws a little bit of a curveball out there.
The target is out there, and she's only 7. 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3 at the knees. And Stewart is retired twice.
Well, and how do you strike out Katie Stewart? You keep it off the plate and you get her to swing at pitches. She watches a ball first, but then the changeup underneath the hands really gets her to chase that curve on the outer half. And then how about a dart on the corner to get the big strikeout looking of Katie Stewart?
It just shows you how good Nyjah Kennedy is. Went with one game plan, the first at bat, switched it up, knowing Katie Stewart was going to back off the plate a little, look inside.
There's Vivi Martinez.
Ball, that's on.
Well, the biggest thing about pitching is you cannot be predictable, and Nyjah Kennedy has enough tools in her toolbox to be able to pull out and hit all different zones at multiple velocities, and that's really the key. That's how a power pitcher gets out power hitters.
Martinez got under it. Coming on is Davis. 2 down.
This is dotted. Absolute low and away, and Katie Stewart's reaction. I mean, she thinks that's a ball all the way.
Well, that's a good curveball in the outer half. It had a little bit of late bend on it, but give Longy Quiroga a little bit of love.
Atwood launches one, and that will be a one-hopper off the left field fence. And Reese slides in safely. And it's extra bases for Texas with 2 outs.
How about this is Reese Atwood's first hit since her home run back 4 days ago. And this is a tough pitch. It's left a little high, but it's spinning away, and she gets it off the end of the bat. This is how strong Reese Atwood is. Pitch about 5 inches off the plate. She hammers it to left field.
3rd extra base hit here at the World Series for Reese. Tying run in scoring position for Leanne Good.
Boy, and Nyjah really starting to use that curveball for a strike a lot lower. That last pitch rise ball more elevated, making sure that she's keeping that ball up in the zone, way out of the zone.
Ball.
Completely different look here, second time through the lineup.
You could get a pinch runner on second base here for Atwood, and she could re-enter, but Mike White opting not to do that right now. Oh, and that hit good. And she will take first base. First free pass for Texas. Free being an unfortunate term there for Leanne.
It's a screwball getting underneath, and you can see it hits the bottom of her elbow. That screwball from Nyjah has a tendency to run up as well as in.
Kennedy has been humming along, and now a bump here, and now Mike White will get a pinch runner out to second base. Reese Atwood can re-enter. And it's going to be Adea Wallace, the tying run. The confab with Jerry Glasgow and his daughter, Tara Archibald, the pitching coach for Texas Tech. What a week for them. Second time in a row in 2 years they're trying to win a national championship together.
Tara Archibald does all the pitch calling, overlays the strengths of the hitters.
And here is the best freshman home run hitter in Texas history.
By the way, she's been in the bullpen. She's a DP, so she's hitting only, and she has been in the bullpen every time Texas is on defense. So ran in for the bullpen to get her a bat.
Jammed her. Williams behind second, and that will end the threat. Kennedy works out of it. It stays 1-0.
to the Women's College World Series presented by Capital One, here with Texas Tech head coach Jerry Glasgow, and they've taken the lead here tonight. I want to talk to you about Nigeri Kennedy. She gets the start. She has handled the best hitter in this game, Katie Stewart, brilliantly. That inside pitch, what has she done location-wise to be so devastating tonight?
She has a lot of respect, and she's a very intelligent pitcher with a lot of tools. So when you got a lot of respect for the hitter and you've got extreme talent, like, great things can happen.
Nigeri just ran out to the bullpen. She's going to work on something. I know you have immense trust in your daughter, Tara Archibald, who's also the pitching coach. What do you think she's working on out there?
She's just a perfectionist, and she's not going to do anything. If she thinks one thing needs to be tweaked, she's going to be out there working on it. She's just a great example of that desire and heart and intelligence to know you always got to be working on every little thing.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Holly. Thank you, Jerry. So Citlali Gutierrez comes out of the game here for Texas, and the Longhorns go with a new pitcher. It is Hannah Wells, the freshman, who just had an at-bat, and the right-hander will take over here in the bottom of the fourth, down 1-0. 3 innings of work in the month of May. That is it.
She's been doing a lot more hitting than pitching as of late, but a very composed freshman. Big environment for her, though.
What do we think of this move?
She's a freshman, and I know that she has been so strong for them as a hitter, but as a pitcher, she only has those 3 innings back in regionals. This is a big fire to throw her in.
She beat Wagner in the regional.
You know, you're not going to put Kavan in, obviously, at this score. They've got Gonzalez, who's a lefty. They've got a couple of different arms, but she's their best arm. She's their number 3.
She will face 6, 7, and 8 in the lineup. Here's Caitlin Terry.
She's a different look from what, you know, Tech has seen as far as up from Kavan, off speed from Gutierrez, and Hannah Wells predominantly down.
Got Terry to reach for that. Good. Over to Stewart, 1 down. Well, for more information about the Women's College World Series Final and other college sports, visit NCAA.com, your home for NCAA championships. We are back here tomorrow night at 8 Eastern on ESPN. If this score holds and Texas Tech beats Texas, Longhorns took game 1 last night, 7-3. And we have yet to see Kennedy v. Kavan head-to-head. Both coaches with some interesting choices for starting pitchers in games 1 and 2. Last year they went to 3 games, Texas winning it. Basically Nyjah running out of gas, and they jumped on her after Kennedy threw over 800 pitches to get them to the finals. Kennedy, a lot fewer innings, a lot better rested this year. She'll tell you the regular season didn't go as well as she had hoped. And so far in this NCAA tournament, for a lot of pitchers, numbers are sky high this year, but all she cares about now is how she finishes it.
We've heard all the pitchers talk about the fact that it's very rare that you're going to have shutouts in the game. I mean, the ball's going to leave the yard. You're going to get hit hard. It's how do you recover, and can your offense help have your back? Looks like Kennedy's getting ready to hit.
Yes, it does. Burns cracks one back up the middle. 1 out base runner. Her second single.
2 strike. Look at the location and how down in the zone this is. And Jasmine Burns, I mean, this is a drop ball just barely coming to her shins. Gets enough barrel to sneak this through. That's her second hit of the game, both opposite field.
Bladed a wedge. Almost left a divot on that one. But she went down to get it.
Well, and interesting because she swung through it off speed that she did not see at all at 61 miles an hour, but they choose to go back downstairs at 70 miles an hour on a hard drop. Right into her cookie zone, as you like to say, Jess.
And she will be lifted for a pinch runner, can re-enter It's going to be Logan Holloman. We may also see her out in left field at some point. They use a lot of different folks. And there is Caitlin Terry, who is the left fielder right now, heading out to the bullpen to loosen up.
We saw Nyjah Kennedy put her helmet on. That's usually a tell. They might be going to a change. Her helmet on means that she'll move to a different position so that she can still stay in this game, but she'll have to hit.
Here's Haley Toney.
Super interesting.
Ground ball to Martinez. Charges, fires to first. Holloman got a great jump off of first base, so no play at second, 2 down with a runner in scoring position.
I mean, it seems that they would be taking Nyjah Kennedy out for Caitlin Terry, and that shocks me. So Nyjah comes up. Nyjah gave up that one doubled, only really hard hit. Now she gets a chance to swing the bat. This is Jerry Glasgow. His biggest conversation with her right now is about belief. I mean, she doesn't get a lot of bats through the regular season like she did last year because they've got so many hitters. So right there, he's just trying to pump her up.
So Kennedy will take some swings. So still everything on the table for Jerry Glasgow. Terry can still play in the field. Kennedy can still stay in the lineup with the 1-0 lead and a chance to pick up an RBI here.
Well, you think about, too, for Texas, just thinking if they're pulling Nyjah for Caitlin Terry, there's 4 consecutive lefties for Texas. So that's the window for Caitlin Terry.
Ball.
Left-handed pitcher.
We have seen Texas Tech go back and forth with the 2 arms based on situation, based on lefty-righty. Jerry says sometimes it's even just the emotions that he sees in the circle from his pitchers.
Well, and knowing that Nyjah can come right back in as soon as she gets through those lefties. Who gets Katie Stewart? That's what I want to know, because I would not have it be Caitlin Terry.
No, absolutely not. That needs to be a Kennedy Stewart matchup.
Nyjah has not had as many swings this year, and certainly not in the postseason either. That squirts away. The wild pitch from Wells gets Holloman over to third.
Well, the freshman, when her hip's a little bit early, this drop ball is going to hammer Reese Atwood at 69 miles an hour at about 40 feet. Just gets away from her.
Watch Reese's head and eyes, though. She struggled behind the plate. Yeah, that wasn't a perfect ball to catch, but her head and eyes pulled absolutely away from that. Catchers are taught to get over that.
(3-1) to Nyjah.
There it is.
And she draws the walk. Runners on first and second. When we talked to Mike White this week about preparing for Texas Tech, said amongst all the other things you got to be worried about, trick plays are one of them. We've seen Texas Tech double steal. We've seen them steal home here at the World Series.
Well, I'm sure that's what Patty Ruth Taylor is saying to the battery right now. Not just about pitching, but make sure you're keeping your eyes and ears open on the base pass.
How big was that walk? 2 outs to get Mia Williams in a bat in this inning. Definitely the biggest hitter in this Tech lineup. Now gets in a bat. Nyjah did her job.
Well, I'm sure he's also told her don't swing at anything unless it's right down the middle, because he wanted to try to induce that walk to get Williams up.
Nervous freshman in the circle.
Michaela Garcia will be the pinch runner at first. Kennedy can still stay in the lineup with this move, based on the way that Jerry Glasgow handed in his lineup card pregame. And now back to the top of the order, and Mia Williams. 0 for 2 against the starter Gutierrez, and now her first look at the freshman. Ball. Hits her, and the bases are loaded.
And this is where it's so hard for a freshman. She hasn't thrown since May 15th, and she's now facing one of the biggest lineups in all of softball. I think Mike White's going to have to make a change.
Is he going back to Gutierrez? Or would this be the former Texas Tech Red Raider, Brenly Gonzalez?
Brenly Gonzalez has thrown in some big situations earlier in the year, has not been used as much as of late.
Nope, gonna go back to Sitlali.
Yep.
So Wells lasts 5 batters, and they'll go back to their starter when we return to the Women's College World Series. Gutierrez will return here for Texas with the bases loaded and 2 outs, and Maya Davis coming up. She's seen Sitlali twice tonight, got hit by a pitch, and then singled in the 3rd.
356 career hits. No one better. Active players in all of Division I. All she does is hit.
Ball. Just the 1 single in the inning, and then a walk and a hit batter.
She has such a unique style. She'll split her hands, which you don't see for hitters that are usually just slappers. She likes to emphasize that top hand.
Ball, tough time.
She just has great back control. Her ability to manipulate the ball. She tells the ball where to go. A big part of that is where she places her hands on the bat.
Hitters count here. Two and two. Drives it out, and there is Caden Henry, and Sitlali takes care of business, keeps it a 1-run game. Texas Tech in front.
This is real rooting, the kind reserved for fans who feel every play, along with the players. They're separated in the stands, but connected by emotion that flow from the field to family and back again. And when one lives their dream, the other does too.
Are you not entertained? At Devon Park, outside of Oklahoma City. Skyline in the distance. Packed house inside for the championship finals. Texas, a game up on Texas Tech. The Red Raiders must win. And with that being the case, they turn to Nyjeri Kennedy tonight. And so far, so good with the 2-hit shutout. Now facing the bottom of the Longhorn lineup.
Well, and impressive just now approaching 50 pitches through the top of the 5th inning. As you mentioned, Beth, just the 2 hits, only 1 free pass.
It has been so much fun around Oklahoma City this week. Huge crowds, the ratings through the roof.
I mean, just that last half inning. Great hit, great catch. This place exploded. Everyone was on their feet. I mean, there's standing room only all over the park.
Well, they came out to see these stars. They came out to see Nyjah and Maya Davis and all of them.
Altmaier waits on it and lifts it out to left center. And the tying run aboard for Texas. Let's take a look at the Capital One Cup standings as teams compete for a combined $500,000 in student athlete scholarships from Capital One. And it is the UCLA women edging out Mendoza's Stanford Cardinal.
Just
What's
wait.
happening
Spring
there?
sports are done. 4 points behind. It's going to happen.
Of course, anchored by the UCLA women's basketball team atop the standings. UCLA softball team was here.
That's right.
Megan Grant and Jordan Woolery were here.
They brought the noise. Careers for them. This senior class has been so spectacular. Ashton Maloney in Texas trying to go back-to-back for the national championship. Right back up the middle, and it is back-to-back hits from the bottom.
And the speed. And this is a screwball in the outer half. And Ashton Maloney was so good yesterday, just right back up the middle, Jess.
This is where we're seeing the lefties, same spot away, both hits back-to-back, same location for Nyjah. She just lives with that screwball away. When you look even at her heat map for hitters in the left-handed batter's box, it is one spot and one spot only, away.
Let's see if they can cover the short game here of J.C. Nichols in the 9th spot in the lineup. That is a new catcher behind the dish, Victoria Valdez. Jerry Glasgow says she is the best all-around of the 3. Logan Holloman is the new left fielder. Caitlin Terry would still be available to pitch tonight.
Boy, an imperative for Nichols here to try to have a productive out, move her teammates up 60 feet for the top of the lineup.
Well, the key for Nichols is her back foot. So you watch her back foot as a slapper. If she wants to reach that outside pitch, that back foot has to be as close to home plate as possible without being out of the batter's box.
0-2. Panel makes the tag to get the lead runner. Good defense for Tech, 1 down.
The thing with slappers, they live in that 5-6 hole. Not a good place to be the runner at second base.
So with 2 on, it's Caden Henry.
We saw Caitlin Terry getting ready in the bullpen. That's why he's pulled her from left field.
I think the discussion is what obviously to do to Henry, but right behind Henry is Stewart.
But I think the biggest thing right now is how do you get into Caden Henry? You got to get inside.
You do, but you've got to be confident if you're going inside. And Nyjah's not really done that a lot this year. If you're going to get beat, you want to be beat on your best pitches. So this is a conundrum, I think, right now for Texas Tech.
Well, Caden Henry told us, Caden Henry told us it's about putting a cap on it against Nyjah Kennedy. And what that means is she wants to put the cap of the bat on that rise ball away.
How about from Nyjah's side, Holly?
Well, guys, we've seen Nyjah Kennedy shake at times. We saw her get into a confrontation in the dugout with Jerry Glasgow, but she told us that was all about, if I shake, I have to be confident in what I'm getting to next. This is a big batter right here. Caden Henry has had a talent of getting on, so whatever she throws, she said, I cannot be timid. I have to be convicted with what we decide to throw.
Oh.
Yeah, Holly, one of the biggest attributes of a pitcher is to be confident and to be confident in the pitches that you are throwing. You must be committed to them. If you have any doubt, you cannot throw that pitch.
Oh.
Rowland does come inside.
Thought about the bunt there, 2-0. I'll tell you who else is committed, and that is Caden Henry. She told us the other day, her confidence does not wane. If I swing, I'm safe. That is her mentality. Does not swing there, 2-1.
I think it helped that Nyjah had brushed her off the plate a little bit. These lefties, 4 in a row, all sitting away.
Drops down the bunt, foul. Bottom half of the 4th. Tech left the bases loaded and a chance to bust this game open. And now Texas quick to respond. 2 on with 1 out. And Katie Stewart's on deck. Opposite way for Henry, and a snag by Holloman out and left. Just into the ball game, and she makes a fabulous snag. Saved a couple of runs with that one.
And she's a new left fielder. If she's not in this game, they don't make this catch. Caden Henry, a beautiful job on a pitch, 2 strikes away. Crushes another one, but look at Holloman jump. You're talking barely getting it on the edge of your glove.
And almost that same exact play yesterday.
All right, we take you back to last year's Champ Series, an intentional walk that went awry to Reese Atwood. It cost Tech a game. And now Nyjah will try it again, this time with Stewart.
Well, I'm sure they've practiced that in the offseason.
Much farther off the plate.
And Valdez is up and giving her a target, another box.
How about they're walking Katie Stewart to load the bases, you guys? This is respect, all caps. I mean, you're putting a runner at every base because that's how much you know Katie Stewart is a threat.
She has hit a home run in each of the last 4 games. Yesterday, Viviana Martinez protected Stewart twice and drove in runs behind her. And the junior, who had to watch from the bench with an ACL injury a year ago, gets her turn.
That's another lefty looking outside. Watch the consistency of where Valdez is going to set up. They might try to come back in. They're going to need to if they want to get Vivi Martinez out.
She did. 0-2 at 71 miles an hour from Kennedy.
This pitch well off the plate. She does go. Yeah.
I want Nyjah so much to come with that curveball under the hands of Vivi Martinez, but she can also get the chase away. That last pitch, a check swing on a ball 5 inches off the plate.
Yeah, that's a screwball. I would stay out there and make her try to protect that and run her into the right-handed batter's box. The issue with coming back inside at this point now is you got to be careful. Hit batter, scores a run.
0-2 pitch. Martinez grounds it to Tony, deep in the hole, and the throw goes awry. Maloney scores. Diving in safely is Nichols, and Vivi comes through again.
Haley Toonley is a sophomore going into that 5-6 hole. The shortstop is going to glove this up, but throws off balance because of the speed, and that ball is going to get past Taylor Panel. So hard hit, but she gloves it up. This should be out. They're going to call that a fielder's choice E6, no RBI.
2-1 Texas, and here is Reese Atwood, who doubled her last time up. So they will walk Atwood as well, and Tegan Cavan is up out of the dugout and heading to the bullpen. Now that Texas has moved in front.
Cavan did warm up a little bit before the game.
They stay away from Stewart, and now they stay away from Atwood. Second intentional walk. Do you like this move, guys, or do you wish Kennedy would have gone at him?
No, I like it. You make the other bats beat you. You don't let Katie Stewart beat you. Don't let Reese Atwood.
Here's Leanne Good. Good out to center. Davis has it. But Texas jumps in front, putting pressure on the defense.
This is what Texas does. We talked about it early. It's speed, it's power, it's the lefties putting the ball in play, and Haley Toney throws this into the dugout, scores 2 runs, which would have been the last out of the inning. Instead, Texas takes the lead 2-1. So we head to the bottom of the 5th.
Running out of highway, shorter
Let's check out tonight's Capital One rewarding performance.
Well, how about the Red Raiders loading up the bases, and then Citlali Gutierrez coming in with the bases loaded jam, induces the fly ball. Caden Henry gets the out. The emotion of Citlali, that is massive to get out of that jam.
And how about 8 batters come to the plate, but none bigger than Vivi Martinez hitting a ground ball to Haley Toney, who throws the ball away with 2 outs. That scores 2 for Texas. They get out of the jam and they get runs on the board. That's where we stand now. Texas up 2-1 over Tech.
To the bottom of the 5th we go. Citlali Gutierrez stays in the game. Facing 3, 4, and 5. Tegan Cavan has gone out to the bullpen, but body language, Smitty says she may not be ready to come in yet.
Yeah, she's now in her set position off the rubber, so getting a little bit closer.
Their ace, who just popped up once Texas took the lead. If they win tonight, they are the national champions. If Tech rallies, we play again tomorrow.
And this is the time to do it. You got 3, 4, 5 in your lineup, and you don't have the ace in. If you are Tech, you absolutely have to strike now.
Allred had an RBI single back in the 3rd to put Tech in front. Takes a strike, 2-2. Yesterday against Cavan, who threw all 7 innings, they mustered just 3 hits. Two of those 3 were home runs. Called strike 3, and that's the 2nd time Citlali has gotten Allred looking.
Citlali Gutierrez coming back in and really working lower half of the zone. This one at 68 miles an hour. It's a little down, it's a little out. You can see the way it's going to run away from Allred. And in this situation, you've got to be able to protect. That's a screwball that's got some downward, outward movement on it.
One down, here's Jackie Liss. Lined out to center, reached on a fielder's choice.
Aunt Becky taught Jackie how to hit. Worked with her Southern Illinois. Jackie broke almost every one of her records. Except for one. She always reminds her of.
One for 5 so far in the championship series.
The way the zone is right now, especially down, if I'm Citlali, I'm living on those edges because she's getting the calls a little off the plate. She's only going to make Tech chase.
3-1.
Well, Jackie Liss is good at not chasing. She's very quiet, very patient, has a quick swing, so she really tracks the ball well.
She also likes the ball up.
Yeah.
So right now, none of these are looking good.
She's only struck out 16 times this year. She's walked 46 times.
Healthy cut there, and it's 3-2.
First ball above the knee.
Well, it's at 61 miles an hour, so she takes something off of it, but goes right in to Liss's power zone, gets her to swing through it.
Full count. Liss drills that one to center. Henry circles under and has it. 2 down. Well, Saturday we've got WNBA action coming your way. It's a doubleheader on ABC starting at 1 o'clock Eastern. Seattle, Minnesota, followed by Golden State at Las Vegas. It begins with WNBA Countdown at 12:30. You can catch both games also streaming on your ESPN app. Here's Taylor Panel. Ball. Taylor's 0 for 2. 4 hits on the day, 2 of them for Jasmine Burns for Texas Tech tonight.
Ball, how much?
This would be huge for Mike White and Texas if she can get through the inning and they do not have to go yet to Kavan. After the Red Raiders had multiple base runners the last 3 innings.
Kavan's now ready.
Ball.
Missed it low, 3-1.
Is she living down?
This Texas Tech team was built for this championship. They were here a year ago, came up short. And for Jerry Glasgow, says this team plays so loose and free, that's when they're at their best. But this is a moment now, and time is getting short for a team of all or nothing with this roster. And the throw from Nichols in time to get her. Gutierrez, a huge 1-2-3 inning here in the 5th.
Well, they say pitching and defense wins championships, and the freshman J.C. Nichols taking the ball, getting it over to Stewart for a 1-2-3 inning for Gutierrez.
Just watch me shine. Just watch me.
Championship Finals Game 2. If Texas wins, they take the trophy. This is that last close play. There was no challenge at first base. The call is out. And does she keep a cleat on the base when she makes the catch? Katie Stewart. That ended a 1-2-3 inning as Taylor Panel touches that double base. So it remains 2-1 Texas as we head to the top of the 6th. Nigeri Kennedy back to work against 6, 7, and 8. Last year, Texas won game 1, and the Red Raiders came back with Kennedy in the circle to win game 2. And then the Horns took the title in game 3. In our first finals rematch in 22 years. Got to go back to 03 and 04 with Cal and UCLA. And what a run it has been for Mike White. This is their 4th final in 5 years. They lost a couple times to Oklahoma, finished runners-up, and then the breakthrough a year ago. I mean, they're upperclassmen. This is all they know, is this stage, feeling this pressure as a privilege.
Yeah, embracing it, wanting to be here, wanting to play in front of 12,000 plus people.
Wells yanks it foul.
Experience helps so much, just with not just being excited to be here, but wanting to win here. You see a lot of teams first time, a lot of players first time, and they're just so happy to be here, which you should be. But then there's a switch that needs to happen where it's like, all right, you did your thing, look around, and now it's time to win. And it's a mentality that this Texas team has because they've done it. They know how to win here. And you enjoy it a whole lot more when you do win.
Mike White is 13-4 head-to-head against Jerry Glasgow in their careers.
Nyjah's got Hannah Wells if she goes a little bit higher. Hannah continues to chase the rise ball. She's struck out on it her first at bat. And that last one was almost at her chin, and she swung at it, barely fouling it off. Go back up there, but go a little higher.
Two-two pitch. Too high.
That's
the one in the middle.
That's the adjustment as a pitcher, right? The competitive pitch versus the non-competitive pitch. They're harder to throw as the game goes on.
And now the count full. Wells, ground ball, scoots through. And out to left. And the leadoff aboard for the Longhorns.
And Hannah Wells, what a great at-bat for the freshman. This is a pitch on the outer half. She is a rounded, look at that swing. She gets up and around it, but enough barrel on it to get it through the 5-6 hole. So the freshman getting on here late in the game.
9-pitch single.
Pinch runner down at first base for Texas will be Taylor Anderson. Wells can re-enter. And here is the Arizona transfer out of San Diego, Kaya Altmaier.
String of 4 consecutive lefties again.
Altmaier drives one deep on the run, and the catch is made by Holloman. Second time with a web gem for the left fielder.
Best catch we've seen this year at the Women's College World Series, and she's had 2 now. And it's not just how far she has to go, but look at where the wall is. The factor that she feels the warning track, understands she's got time, and then the wall's gonna hit. You always see an outfielder pull up. She was full speed into the wall to make the grab and most likely save a run.
Junior out of Flower Mound, Texas. Maloney lines out. Diving back in is Anderson, 2 outs.
Starting to strike the ball really well here at the bottom half of the lineup.
It's the lefties. It's the same pitch over and over. It's that pitch away. They're making adjustments against it. The ball that Holloman robbed. Outside part of the plate.
Well, and we're starting to see Nyjah Kennedy's rise ball coming in at 68, 69 miles an hour, where earlier in the game it was 72 miles an hour.
But now one of the best pinch hitters in the country. And dangerous with home run power. Here's Vic Hunter. After Logan Holloman, the left fielder, has saved multiple runs with her glove in the last 2 innings for Tech. And for a strike, 1-1. Vic told us she will take 18 mental at-bats from the dugout to the batter's box. And that is not one of the ones she saw. The ground ball out there. And more outstanding defense at the Women's College World Series.
It's all about the outfielders. I mean, let's face it, Logan Holloman, I mean, this is the catch of the night of the series taken away. What would have been a run, making the grab at the wall. Beautiful play.
With a national championship lead to protect for Texas, last year's most outstanding player, making the slow walk in from the bullpen and ready to get it going again for Texas. They lead it 2-1, 6 outs away from back-to-back natties, and Tegan Cavan is ready to go. One of the best we've ever seen on this stage. And she and Nigeri Kennedy set to battle through these final couple of innings.
Well, as good as her career numbers are, her World Series numbers are even better.
Picked up the win in game 1, went the full 7 innings, and threw over 100 pitches. She will face Caitlin Terry to start things off in the bottom of the 6th. Terry has walked and grounded out tonight. And now down 0-2.
And this is what Cavan did last night. She worked from ahead. Was in control.
Texas Tech struggled with her last night, just 3 hits. Tegan Cavan has not allowed a run in a relief appearance since February.
Continuing to work Terry upstairs with that rise ball. There it is, just that 1 earned run in 17 innings of relief. So good at coming out of the pen. She's good at starting. She's just good.
Especially here.
Especially here.
If Texas Tech wants a game 3 and wants a shot at their first national championship, they're gonna have to go through one of the best to do it here. 1 down.
Well, Jerry Glasgow said it last night after the game. He knew that his offense was gonna have to go after a really good Tegan Cavan, and her rise ball at the top of the zone. And this is that pitch, late sharp break, 71 miles an hour, really good tight rotation and spin rate.
That'll bring up Jasmine Burns, who had a couple of singles her first 2 times up.
Ball.
What another big night for Citlali Gutierrez. They gave the senior a shot, and she held Texas Tech to 1 run.
Ball, touchdown.
And now the senior gives way to Kavan.
The one weakness of Kavan throughout the regular season, you see the numbers for Citlali, has been the long ball. She's given up 24. In this Tech lineup, every single one of these hitters has the ability to hit it out. In a 1-run game, Kavan has to be so careful.
Kavan works upstairs. I mean, that's the one aspect of the rise ball that can hurt you. And in the pitching world, we like to say that rise balls win games, but drop balls win championships.
145 home runs, a school record. 9 different players, including Jazzy, with double-figure home runs on the season. It has been their MO all year long. Just got a piece. They came here to play for Jerry Glasgow, to play behind Nigeri Kennedy, to play together to try and win a championship. And a swing and a miss upstairs. 2 strikeouts, fresh out of the bullpen for Tegan Kavan.
Kavan's instincts, look at the way she gets out long. She almost glides through that circle, and it's the snap, the acceleration getting underneath that rise ball that creates that late sharp break, induces that swing and miss.
Let's go down to Holly Rowe.
Well, Texas trying to do something tonight that they've never done in history, back-to-back softball national championships. So Thursday, they had a session with their mental performance coach, Eric Thompson. He talked to Tegan Kavan about visualizing what she wants to do in this moment. 2 strikeouts. She has visualized this before she got into the game and is ready for this moment. He said, I want you to visualize who you'll hug at the end of the game, who you're playing for in this moment. This work has gone in this week to be prepared for these batters right here.
Ball. Mike White told us in the postseason something changes in Tegan. She takes the handbrake off. She's the one who said, don't just dream of being here, dream of winning here.
Well, it's her routine, too. You can see everything she does. There's a method to every madness, to the way she moves to the back of the circle, to the way she approaches the pitching rubber, takes the sign, the deep breath. All that is part of your routine as an elite pitcher in that circle.
She has 10 career wins here. Only Kira Garrell, Nigeri Kennedy, and Debbie Doom have won more.
And then the numbers here on this stage.
Better.
No one's numbers get better when you're facing better competition. Hers do.
Struck her out. Tegan Kavan comes on and strikes out the side for Texas in the bottom of the 6th. And the Horns are 3 outs away from a national championship.
Tegan Kavan showing why she is an All-American. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. The changeup to strike out the side, the All-Star.
The NCAA Women's College World Series is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Is the sun setting on one of the all-time greats in college softball history. Nyjari Kennedy is back out there to pitch in the top of the 7th in what might be her final collegiate appearance. Her team trails by 1. They do have 3 outs to work with in the bottom half of the inning. She will face the top of the order, Henry, Stewart, and Martinez. Ball. Over 100 wins, 1,000 strikeouts, 4 times here at the World Series trying to win a championship. Ball. Against Caden Henry. Henry chases Caitlin Terry back, and the opposite field. Solo home run for the leadoff for Texas. Tenth of the year makes it 3-1. Swing and a miss to Katie Stewart. Popped up, struck out, intentionally walked tonight. Oh. And Henry has put a charge on the Longhorn side of the field.
It's been all these lefties. The lefties at the bottom, at the top. Caden Henry stays on fire.
Stewart, well, you saw her inching closer to the plate, expecting a pitch out, and that one's going to fall in foul ground. A ball that should have been caught allows Stewart to come back to the plate.
And Haley Toney just gives up on this. This is a ball that's all hers. Watch her speed go and then slow down, and she thinks it's Panels. Panel loses it, and then Toney's not in a position to catch it. That's a ball that has to be caught against the biggest hitter in this lineup.
Against the left.
Katie Stewart, I've never seen her do this, but she's in her stance, and then as the pitch is coming, she's moving towards the plate.
Hammers that one out to left. Back-to-back hits for Texas here in the 7th.
What makes Caden Henry so good is her execution of the plan that she's had against Nyjari Kennedy since we sat down with her on Tuesday. Go after a pitch away, put a cap on it. She puts a cap on that softball to add another run for Texas.
And Nyjah's rise ball now, mentioned it earlier, at the beginning of the game, everything was 70 plus. It is now 60, 67, 68 miles an hour. And that's the reason why Texas is being able to get into it.
Pinch runner Alyssa Sneed down at first base. In what might be her final inning, Texas greets her with a home run and a smash single.
On how big that run is. A 2-1 game turns into 3-1. That solo home run is now eliminated for Tegan Cavan.
One to Martinez, pulls that down the line. Liss has it, 1 down. So much talk in softball circles about how this team was put together. The NIL deals attracting All-Americans from other teams to play this year for Texas Tech with one goal in mind, to win the title. They need a late rally, and they need to put a capper first on this one from Texas, as Atwood has walked intentionally for the second time.
Atwood had that double back in the 4th inning. First base is open.
And it's about who's on deck. Leon Good is 3 for 17 here at the World Series.
So that will put runners on first and second for Good. They're looking for Caden Henry's family. Her mom, Karina, played in the World Series in D2. Good goes the opposite way and in foul ground and up against the wall. Allred could not hang on. But what a nice moment there for mother and daughter. Caden Henry told us she's a ballpark baby. Her mom got pregnant young and had to cut her softball career short to help her daughter prepare for her softball career and her life ahead. Good. Drives it the other way, and it's off of the glove of Allred. They will rave the runner home as the throw comes in behind her, and Snead scores to make it 4-1. The senior from San Antonio. The cold bat gets hot at the right moment.
She makes them pay. They've walked Reese Atwood twice. She made the adjustment. They dropped a fly ball, first of all, to get to this point. Ball should have been caught. This would have been a tough play, but how do you not come up throwing home? And Allred makes a great effort. But as she comes up, she throws to second, and that allows another run to come in.
All season long, Mike White said they were not defending a national championship. They were attacking one. And that is the mentality we are seeing here tonight in Game 2. Against one of the all-time greats in the circle, they put up 2 more runs here in the 7th, and they are not done yet. Here's Hannah Wells. Trailing 1-0. They put up 2 in the 5th and then 2 more in the 7th. They have Tegan Cavan ready to go in the bottom half of the inning in the circle, with the top of the Tech order coming up.
Cavan, who had been at just 50 pitches in the 5th, is already now over 100 here in the 7th. Excuse me, Kennedy. So these last couple innings, Texas really making Nyjah Kennedy work hard.
1-2 pitch, got her to chase. 2 down. She told us in an up and down senior season, the focus has been on find a way. Find a way to win it. She will try and end the threat and then hope her teammates can find a way. In what might be her final throws at Texas Tech. Altmaier skies that. Panel in foul ground has it. Nigeri Kennedy, an outstanding career at Texas Tech. Will it continue? The Red Raiders need at least 3 to tie it and extend the game. And they will face Texas ace Tegan Cavan. 3 outs away for Tegan Cavan, but she must deal with her 2 missteps from game 1. Mia Omaya, the 2 home run hitters are due up for Texas Tech, trying to save their season in a must-win game, or Texas wins the national championship. A massive 2-run top half of the inning for Texas, at least for Cavan, takes away a solo shot.
Well, and that's huge for a rise ball pitcher when you're living upstairs. I mean, Jess, you mentioned it. Tegan Cavan, if you circle one aspect of her numbers, it's 24 home runs that she's given up this year. 2 of them last night.
A Texas Tech team built for this moment. Can they get past the same pitcher that beat them last year? Longy Quiroga will start things off in the 9 spot, and then Williams and Davis. Resilient all year long, already 4 elimination game wins in this NCAA tournament, including a 7th inning 8-run rally to beat Ole Miss. One and 2. Quiroga to short. Martinez, 1 down. And now Mia Williams, one of the hottest hitters in the country, against Tegan Cavan in her World Series career. Nothing but bagels late in games. It's the swing and miss, 1-1.
After working that rise ball upstairs, goes downstairs at 61 miles an hour with that changeup.
again. Reaches 1 and 2.
Ball.
2 and 2 away. Swing and a miss. 1 out away from back-to-back rings. To hold this lineup in check 2 days in a row would be one of the legendary performances that we've seen in World Series history. Maya Davis. 0-1 pitch. Ball. Final strike. Texas does it, and they have the hookup for a second national championship in a row. Tegan Cavan strikes out 5 of the last 6 to end the run for Texas Tech and start the dynasty talk in Austin. 2 championships and 4 trips to the finals in the last 5 years. Let's take a look at this year's Capital One tournament most outstanding player, and for the second year in a row, it is Tegan Cavan, and she is with Holly.
Well, Tegan, there's this brilliant moment. You're walking in from the bullpen. You come in and strike 3 out. What were you doing when your mental performance? What were you doing in those pitches to really come in and lock it down in this crucial time?
I was just telling myself that this is what I dreamed of, and I wanted to have Sid Lolly's back because she threw a hell of a game, and so I just want to have her back. My team's back. I love them so much, and I'm just so happy.
You've done something tonight that's never been done in Texas history, a back-to-back championship, but you've done something that's never been done before, back-to-back most outstanding player. How do you wrap your mind around that, Tegan?
Oh, it's hard, but it's a team thing. It's Coach PR, it's Coach White, it's all of our coaches. It's all these girls right here, and I'm just so happy, and I'm so proud to be a Longhorn.
For a little girl whose mom didn't want her to pitch, what do you think Mom will have to say tonight?
I think she's just fine with it. Yeah. She's the rock.
You talked about your teammates. You were so emotional after this. I know you guys pick one player to play for every single game. Who were you playing for tonight, Tegan?
I played for Reese Atwood. She deserves to end her career right here in this position, and I love her so much.
Thank you. Go celebrate with your teammates.
Thank you, Holly.
Yeah, her battery mate for the last 3 years had a double and was walked intentionally twice tonight. Katie Stewart hugging that trophy. A massive postseason. Hit 4 home runs in 4 straight games to help them win the title. Holly?
Are you okay to hold that trophy during the interview?
I'm good.
Not heavy?
No, I'm okay.
You have been okay every single time you've stepped up to the plate. This has been a brilliant series. How did you find the best version of yourself in the last 3 games?
just finding confidence in myself and putting faith in my teammates. They're going to have my back no matter what. And so just go up to the plate free, no thoughts, and just go up there and have fun.
There were some killer battles with you and Nigeri Kennedy tonight. What was it like facing her and going up to her to bat in those moments?
She's just such a good pitcher. Like, she knows how to get you off balance, and so just keep going up there fighting, not to lose confidence and knowing I was going to get her eventually. And so she's just really good, and it's going to be back and forth.
Back-to-back has rarely been done in this sport. It's hard to do. Why was Texas equipped to do it this year, Katie?
I just think we had so much talent. It just took a little bit for us to tap into it. So I'm just so proud of this team for what they did in this series and to step up everyone in the way they did for us to come out like this.
You guys have had this tradition of playing for someone else. Who were you playing for tonight?
I was just playing for Reese and Leanne. Just those are my best friends. And so just like playing for them, have one more time on the field. I love them. And so just so excited to see what they do in the AUSL.
Mom's going to have to build a bigger room for more trophies, Katie. Is that going to be okay?
I think so. She'll be excited.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Boy, her dear friend Leanne Good had an RBI single in that 7th inning. Caden Henry, a home run as well tonight in a 4-1 win. Here's the final out.
Tegan Cavan, we talk about poetry and being an artist in that circle, and she painted herself a Mona Lisa tonight, and in this World Series she has just been masterful.
How about the battery? I mean, the fact that she played this game for that girl right there behind the plate, the senior Reese Atwood, Coach Mike White, the battle that he has had throughout the regular season. They were not the best team in the SEC, but they got better just like last year. And Katie Stewart continuing to be one of the best postseason power hitters that we have seen. She'll be a senior next year.
The season comes to an end for Texas Tech for the 2nd year in a row in the championship series and at the hands of the Longhorns. They'll be lighting up that UT Tower again in burnt orange. Mike White, he's with Holly.
Coach, it took you a long time to win your first national championship, and now you've won 2 back-to-back. How do you describe this up and down for you in your career with this beautiful performance?
Well, I just remember what John Wooden did, right? It took him 9 years to win one. I'm not going to say I'm going to win 9 more, but this one is sweet. It just came from all the players, their heart. They worked their tails off the whole time, and we had people step up that needed to step up, and they did. And Tegan Cavan was nails. Once we got that run lead, that's all she really needed, but we'll take the other 3.
Coach, you've got tears brimming in your eyes. I don't see this emotion from you often. Why tonight?
I don't know, just me so much, because you know how hard you work. Everybody knows. And one of the coaches, they know how hard you got to work with your players, and just a joy to see them and share this with them at this moment. You can't put it's priceless. It's priceless.
When Tegan Cavan came in from the bullpen, strikes out 3 in this crucial moment with a 1-run lead, what was going through your mind knowing that she had your back?
Well, you just got to keep going, girl. Keep going, you know, because she was pretty sore from the day before, but that's why we kind of went with Sitlali, went with Sitlali, and you know, she got us through that part of the order, did a really good job, and then came back in a tough situation, got the fly out. So we had a lot of people contribute.
Thank you, Coach. We appreciate it. Go celebrate.
Thank you. Hook 'em. Let's go.
All the Longhorns got involved in game 1 and again in game 2. And Tegan Cavan, one of the greatest we've seen on this stage, clutch to finish. And Texas beats Texas Tech 4-1, and they take the series 2-0. They started out preseason number 1, and most important, they end the season number 1. Your Texas Longhorns, the national champions for the 2nd year in a row. Another outstanding postseason of mayhem. And it's lived up to the hype once again. The greatest show on dirt. All-American Arms square off against record-setting swingers. It is the greatest show on dirt.
Let's dance on the dirt. Into center by Kuzak. It's over. It's Ava.
Coming on to make the diving catch.
And what a play.
Fantastic grab.
42 is in the bleachers.
Jordy with a from bomb.
And she strikes her out working. What a statement.
Deep drive. And that one leaves the yard.
Oh, it was crazy.
Jordan Lillard.
click, click, click. I can turn the dance floor into a runway.
It's going to be the end of the line for some of the most historic careers of this generation.
What she's done has just been so special. I've soaked in and loved every single moment of it. It really hurts right now, but just so thankful for the journey.
When it's feeling dark, gotta let that light show. Just watch me.
Katie Stewart, she'll touch them all.
Strike three! Knights Academy is not done yet.
Peace has come alive. Texas out of the losers bracket to the championship series.
We fought all year. We're going to fight here until we get it.
This entire season, we've taken the hard route.
The resilient Red Raiders have done it again. Texas Tech and Texas are set for a rematch.
To shine.
It's time to pursue those childhood dreams and make them real.
Let the games begin.
Deep drive and over the bleachers.
4 straight games, 4 straight home runs.
I saw my pitch and I made sure not to miss it.
Tegan, spectacular again. Defending champs make the definitive statement, and that puts Texas on the brink.
ESPN, the home of champions, the home of Super Bowl 61.